control. You can just keep repeating, rinse and repeat, throw that out of there, and just do their classic pincer on elbow and as well as Link. So I'm really curious though, because they're hovering around B. We talked about this. ZOL Esports attacking first. They don't need to get a pick early to enter a site. They're just gonna go win with Patman's access.
Yeah, full send it, right?
Yep.
Let's see how it unravels right now. So I'm excited to see how this will definitely go. As ZOL... Okay, so setup is just to get a little bit of information. Zin trying to see if he can get a lineup right now to get some openings maybe on mid. There's a 4-man push by MongolZ on mid. And this is what we're talking about, Riku. The aggression and I guess just the willingness of MongolZ to try to see what could work for them. The only problem for this one is market is kind of just flooded by MongolZ players. They lost a bit of control. Patman gets himself a kill here. MN Fear very much out in the open, gets caught out. Sky Blue coming around the corner right now. That's going to be Nexi just dropped down, and Jet picks up the 2 kills. That's going to be ZOL. Point on the board. Very quick, very swift.
I can't believe that's how it went down. MongolZ had a really nice idea, right? Remember, Patman has full control all alone from tiles most of the time, getting a pick onto market or maybe even top mid. But, so they decide to invest a lot of resources, but instead of trying to aim for a possible flank retake since it's pistol, they decided to just go classic. Go market, go boba, but they're just completely decimated by ZOL Esports there on their pistol.
And if ZOL was, you know, probably watching the VODs, seeing the replays here from MongolZ, they know that's one of the plays that they would like to try to do. Quick little destroy on the camera there. Could ruin information here for MongolZ. And we do have 119. Yes, I made a mistake of calling him 666, but man could be a demon sometimes, you know. So
True.
you gotta give me credit.
Yep,
119 now. Just I like this. They're gonna push, and it's just KevZ holding the corner here. Does have potential help from Kakarot. What a shot from Sky is Blue. KevZ tries to go for some punish here. He's slowly creeping up, making sure that at least he can start to clear out these corners. And now he uses the drone. 1-for-1 trade though, but this is still at least economic damage-wise better for MongolZ. As ZOL slowly pushing up to the B side, just making sure.
Oh,
wow. Whoa, can he get away? Somehow manages to do so. Great support system from ZOL there. All left onto Nexi's hands.
30 seconds left.
He's got himself a whole lot of work. Tries to go around. Patman just chases him down, and that's going to be ZOL 2 points on the board.
I can't believe it. I mean, there was just too many blinds hitting Patman at one point. And then, of course, MongolZ just wants to peek and try to take advantage. But everybody was looking at the same angle. And they always have Patman's back. And I think that's one of your biggest fears, I suppose. You want to take down the most... the scariest member of ZOL Esports, especially on Sunset. But everybody is just so ready to catch him if anything happens.
There.
Now, weapons are available for MongolZ here. Oh, I do like the camera, though. You don't see that too often. Just placing it on the reverse angle just to cover tiles. You could actually... And it's easier for you to pick it back up. They immediately break market door. So Patman trying to see if he can at least get some contact with his Sheriff. It's good plays. And he's not committing to it. He just wants that information. Ouch. Actually hits Nexi on the head. That's not looking too good for them. Kakarot gets a pick on top mid. Are they going to push this, though, as 119 is holding it? Patman could at least burst out just to pick up a weapon. Even use the fast lane to make it even more secure for him, where he just waits patiently as they still have some time to work around this map.
Yeah, 40 seconds on the clock. Fast lane even to be bait. Maybe invest resources to look at top mid, but surprise, it's actually market where they're actually trying to attack.
They're still going to do it again. After the paranoia delay, wanted to go for the contact. Pretty good contact so far.
What?
The paranoia stops them dead in their tracks, and they can't really do anything. It's just a gun duel, and ZOL is coming out somewhat on top of things. 119 gets spotted out.
Planted.
And this is where it gets very interesting, because he's very close, but again, he doesn't really have that much control. Now that he's doubled up with Cons, it might change up a little bit here. They do have the Dizzy. Comes around the corner.
Oh.
And KevZ is just tucking himself up until the very last moment. 1 versus 1. He drops down, and that might have been it. But somehow KevZ manages to hold his composure and win the 2 versus 1. What a round for ZOL.
I will say that's the second time I've seen where it's a bit deceiving. You know, the old Sunset where you kind of just can strafe, go left and right at that part of the map. One didn't end up so well, but this time around, KevZ was still able to take that 1v2 and win and win out on MongolZ's bonus. So that's a little painful for the Mongols. But I felt like that was incredibly doable. It's just that KevZ does so well in a lot of these clutch rounds.
Yeah, he's been doing that time and time again for teams that he's already played in. And it's good that he still joins a team. And it's still the same role that he plays. I do like true. Yeah, it's always just initiator, right? And he's already pretty good at it, so might as well, right? That was pretty ballsy here from Sky is Blue. And he still wants to go and challenge. They know that he backed away somewhere, but he's still going to be here. And again, ZOL just systematically breaking them down. Not too good when that was your kind of hold mid control plan. Now that he's gone, it's back to the drawing board at least.
Yeah, honestly, ZOL Esports always, they do their due diligence. They never lower their guard just because they're in their buy round. They're going to check every single corner. And I feel like that's the reason why these sort of plays don't really work against ZOL Esports. We'll see how they execute this on to be. There's only one person right there. That's 119.
Quick little dash here for Patman. They do spot out one more.
30 seconds left.
Good answer to the, again, to the tripwires. Just keep having Patman dash in. And he just has another dash so that he doesn't die instantaneously from being tripped. Coming around the corner, Zin could be in trouble though, but this is why, again, you put this man on any role, he'll still get those kills. And ZOL is just cleaning up house right now. They're not losing too many people, even every single round, and they're building up good bank here.
Yeah, they're just so confident and covering each other's angles. Everything's pretty much covered. They're always ready for the trades, the buddy system, the triple buddy system, if you will. And especially if they have the numbers advantage. They know the different configurations to just really make it very hard for Mongols to do retake, even though they're going to be coming from multiple sides of a site. Very understandable timeout from the Mongols. It's really rough. 4-0 buy rounds. A buy round has passed. Their bonus have already passed, and it's not even close, not even dealing a bit of dent onto their economy. It does seem like ZOL Esports are just so confident on Sunset.
I wonder what kind of coach Coach Artie is for Mongols, because I'm trying to look at least his history, but he hasn't gotten any previous teams in Valorant. I think maybe in other games, you know, he probably could have, but it just begs the question of what type of style he brings as a coach to the Mongols team. Does he try to elevate what's already there, try to make them as experimental as possible because he knows that they're willing to try to be as fluid as can be, or he tries to bring some structure? I am just, you know, still kind of wondering in that point, and if that timeout changes the way Mongols try to play around ZOL right now.
Maybe. They've got Paranoia into fault line for a possible entry onto B, but the spike isn't there. Overdrive also for Sky is Blue. We haven't exactly seen the Wombo combo just yet, where you get fault line, Paranoia, maybe even added into the mix. Then you have the slide in from Sky is Blue. Not exactly. They need some sort of the confidence back, I suppose, to make these plays, because 0-4 start might have hurt maybe some of the decision making that they want to do in this game.
That's fair. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. He's the coach, also the coach for Genji's academy team. There we go. So man is pretty much versed in controlled play while making star players star even more, you know? Especially if you're, you know, a coach for a Korean team, that's usually how they go. So at least now we kind of have a bit of a baseline on how that works. Anyways, now after everything that's been said here, ZOL taking their pretty sweet time. They've been just kind of, you know, letting this play kind of simmer in, and now it's about to be cooked. They push in. Get that. I like the 2-1-2 push, right? They have 2 players on bend. They have 2 players on link. 1 player on the side planting the spike. There's going to be the use of the ultimate here for Kakarot, just so that no one uses on the Mongol side anything to try to retake while they're still in position to plant that spike. Now, push comes to shove. Patman comes around the corner, loses duel against Sky Blue, which works in the favor of Mongols, and they're winning their individualistic fights. This is great. This gives them a bit of a leeway to do so, but here's the fight. Here's the bite back from ZOL. Takes 2 back. Look at the pitch play. Sin coming around. Perfect timing. Spots up next, dropping down, and both of them just take it on.
It's just so coordinated for ZOL Esports. They have a step-by-step plan. If things didn't go their way, okay, Patman maybe is able to spot out information despite him losing that duel against Sky is Blue. Okay, fine. We're gonna pull back, play off of the Zin Kakarot maybe, and the KevZ as well. Again, their post plan is dangerous. The Mongols should prevent this from happening at all, or else they'll have a very, very difficult plan having to get that retake down.
So they do have some ultimates, but not weapons to back it up, at least in this round, right? And the way that ZOL are playing, I do like how compressed they are, just knowing that playing far and wide against people that just have pistols is not really the way to go. Like this, if KevZ falls down, at least you have a second player to just get that refrag. Anyways, ultimate's also being used here by Sky is Blue. Does get the double kill. This is huge right now for him. Tries to go for the wraparound, and he is just punishing them left and right. It's all left in the hands of Patman here. Question now is Sky is Blue pretty low after all of that. Pinch play was great. Can Patman pick this up?
I got spike.
Before can not go down. Lights up.
Got me.
To be fair, Sky is Blue was already low. Great valiant effort for the Mongols, but it's just not enough.
Shocked! I am shocked. Like, even though, just as you said, they were pretty much low already, a quick trade could have happened, but they all lined up here with the Phantom,
Other coach, she's like, what just happened?
Oh. Yeah.
Already.
Very valid reaction.
Yeah.
Go, go, go.
Valid reaction.
It was so good
close.
because Sky's Blue just decimated the rest of ZOL, and Catman just equalized everything and took the round.
Oof. Question is, could Mongols have waited for Patman to actually pick up the spike, start running? They hear where he runs. They start preparing for just a sight fight with 2 versus 1, right? Where Sky is Blue is already low. I don't know. There's so many ways this could go. I'm in fear, though. The double up, like the idea, but again, ZOL playing compressed, they just wipe everything out.
Yeah, getting the better end of the stick there. Let's see now. Operator gonna have to reposition onto Ali, but that's block 2. There's nothing much you can do but wait for the rest of the squad for this retake.
Yeah, having an operator in your hands if you're not a jet.
Yep.
Can't really take those super aggressive angles, right? Without that jet dash, without the tailwind. Anyways, anywho.
It's hard.
No one's gonna peek them. They're just gonna wait for them to drop down, and this is where it gets so difficult. Flash from Kakarot, only to really delay things. They hear the positioning from Sky is Blue, and somehow Nexi gets just devoured by the Hunter's Fury.
Wait.
There's the great catch from 119. We'll see how this goes. He still has time to start defusing, maybe get it to half, but he's out in the open. The pinch comes to shove. The sandwich is there. He can start halving it, but he doesn't know where he is, and he's just YOLOing to maybe hopefully get that defuse. It's not gonna happen, man. KevZ shuts it down, and that's gonna be 7-0 for ZOL.
Their post plan is so clean. ZOL Esports. They always have if there's a waterfall from heaven, there's a waterfall of strategies. If in case the first one doesn't work out, you still have something from these many micro decisions that you are really a big fan of from ZOL Esports. And at the end of the day, all they gotta do is be patient, not only disciplined in checking a lot of these really, you know, every single corner of this map, but also disciplined and following through a plan. And that's the reason why ZOL Esports is 7-0 right now.
Then what's the next plan here for MongolZ?
True.
Right? Again, we're back to the drawing board where they don't really have money once again. And it's going to be quite difficult for them to really find that tempo. There it is. Again, there's some eagerness for MongolZ to find that fight. But I think because ZOL are so well accustomed to this type of approach, you can't. They're not really playing into something unknown. Look at this. Zid just finding some angles right now, and the only player who actually had a gun is already done. He's already gone. Yeah, bait and switch. Patman gets the kill. This is just going very in the favor of ZOL and very away from MongolZ's control. Great catcher from 119. He's been pretty solid so far with these 1-to-1 kills, but he can't really convert too many after that.
I think we need to see more Sky's Blue just going ham again, like what he did at top mid. We want to see more of. Well, 119 has been doing really well in a lot of these mid rounds. It's just that things are already falling apart. You know, there's only so much that he can do versus, I don't know, 4 people against ZOL Esports. And yes, 8-0 now for ZOL Esports. Timeout must be called. This is crucial. First half is about to be over. You've got Thrash, you've got Rolling Thunder, and other ultimates as well that they can have access to. They need to really stabilize to just minimize the damage of the first half into the second. You can really see the passion of the coach right now, Asteroid. Understandable reaction right now.
Artie's just, and this is where it gets interesting as well, right? I have also seen some coaches burn both of their timeouts in the first half if you know that it's getting very difficult or very dangerous for your team, right? So he's making the call to just, again, try to give them some words of encouragement, at least give them some information on how to deal with the strategy and whatnot. But you have to also read that fine line where you don't want to overload your players with information and they just start to kind of over-process things. That's when you kind of get into a worse of a spiral, right? So
yeah,
let's see how this goes for the MongolZ. Again, I'm just pointing out things that I've kind of just seen over the years, and we'll have to see how this happens with MongolZ.
Let's check it out. Only a few rounds left before the second half, and we need to make this count.
Push out for mid though. Sky's Blue does find Zid, so there's no more anti-flank util. Ultimate used as well here from Kakarot to open up space. Patman loses the fight against 119. This is the fight. This is the control that MongolZ really want. Nexi now coming in from the flank right now. Kakarot spots him out, but he's too good on the fight. Paranoia also catches out one more on Kevsi. Fully blinded, wins out the duel. It's all down to Jet, and he's just gonna get stabbed. Yeah, everybody join in on the knife party, and that's gonna be down. MongolZ point on the board.
That's exactly what they needed. 119 winning up a very important duel against Padman. Sky's Blue with the first blood as well. And of course, let's not forget Nexi having a very beautiful flank and killing 2 members of ZOL Esports, just dismantling the post-blood positions of ZOL Esports. So we need to see more of those. We want to see more of those from the MongolZ. And I feel like mid is their access. We saw a little bit of that in the first round on the pistol, but they immediately back away. If they continue to press on aggressively and use that space, I think there's a chance to catch up into this game.
Got a couple of rounds more here. Look at this push. They are out for blood. Ultimate used as well. Gotta love the aggression here from MongolZ. No one's home though. No one got hit by it, but Sky Blue is sending it. Really wants to pinch right in. The question now is, oh, that paranoia is going to open things up. That is going to open things up. Zin does get traded off 1-for-1. Backs away, but again, this creates some space. Spike already planted, but they do know where they are because of the neural theft. The timing, they don't know that Jez is still holding B main, and he somehow manages to get the 1. Sky Blue responds. It's a 2-2.
One enemy
with
remaining.
With Cons, just by himself, I was about to say, and Sky Blue. Now it's him, out in the open. Mark it.
No more.
And it's closed. That's going to be him down. KevZ finds the kill, and ZOL puts everything back in order.
ZOL Esports is restrained and control. And Reed to just back away. This Rolling Thunder invested from A main. Okay, you know there's going to be a lot of people. So let's back away, fix up a crossfire at the crevices of B main, and call it a day. And that's exactly what happened. Paranoia, beautiful setup. And then after that, things are just falling apart from the Mongols. They were able to use the Rolling Thunder to convert to anything, and ZOL Esports just takes everything back.
At least because of that round with Mongols had, they have economy to work with, right?
Oh,
it's
true.
only Cons that doesn't really have the weapon because he has to go full util into things. Sky's blue, though. Here comes the pressure play. The jump out.
Ooh,
Good
nice.
little kill, actually, and he backs away, but somehow, because Nexi wanted to dip his toes into the kill as well, gets caught. Not too good for him, but that's the 1-to-1 trade. One of the best fights we've seen for Mongols so far. Patman tries to run into spawn. Get the catch onto the rotators. I like the idea, but Evan Fear just too quick for him. Now, 55 seconds. ZOL can slowly at least take a breather here before they attack again.
Yeah, waiting for your recon dart and everything all off a cooldown. This could be scary, as 119 does have the neural theft available, but he's far away from any of the dead bodies to use that.
There's the recon dart again. Evan Fear chucking himself into the corner for the moment.
Ooh.
Again, ZOL's prowess to just go for this refrag is the reason why it's so hard for Mongols to really get these fights, because really get these wins. Because
Last
Mongols,
player standing.
you know, all they have to really do is win these 1v1s, which these actually really do well. Problem is, the trades just too difficult. Because
Yeah.
ZOL's just too quick. Look at that. Yeah. Perfect example.
Out of
They
charges.
always have a set plan. Again, they always want
Last
to have that
round
number.
in the
I think,
half.
bottom line, ZOL Esports knows how to take advantage of the numbers game. And for the Mongols, now they wanted to be wary. That's why they wanted to keep 119 to be on to B, just in case ZOL Esports actually do a very mad rotate. ZOL Esports, on the other hand, they're so good at re-entering, reinitiating around these sites. If plan A doesn't work out, if Patman just falls too early, that's okay. We can just hit again with the rest of the squad that's left.
Very true. Now, can Mongols do the same thing, though, is it's a big question, right? I mean, again, I do like the creativity, but I think the ability and the tightness for refrags for them has been, I think, a big factor into how they just really can't get that one up against ZOL. Because if they try to, we've seen how many times they try to go for the 1v1s. They get one, but then no one follows up, which is,
Yeah.
again, or if someone does, it's not as clean as ZOL's. So, yeah, there's that to at least consider.
Yeah, that's true, the refrag. Sky's Blue has been doing so well with the First Bloods. It's just that
Nowhere to run.
it's just don't fall in their favor right after.
Yeah, conversion's just not as good. Okay. Hunter's Fury, too snappy there from Kevs.
Oh my god!
Batman. Oh boy, here comes Sky Blue again. Not this time though, only good for the one. They finally used the 3 versus 1 tactic, right? Just throw numbers on the problem, and that's gonna be that. Zin by
30
himself.
seconds left.
119.
One enemy
Not
remaining.
really. He is alone. So I don't know how much information he has. 20 seconds though. I think Zin's just gonna be able to catch him unless the tripwire actually stops him dead in their tracks. 119 actually going back, but
Spike planted.
Spike's gonna get planted the other way, and there's already one on spawn holding the angle. He's aware of it. He is just very much on that point. Oh, he loses the bullets, but it's not gonna be enough. It's too quick, and ZOL just shuts him down with the 11-1. What a first half this has been for them. Themselves pretty sticky situation for the Mongols. Gonna be starting on the attacking side now. And Sky is Blue is just sending it.
Ooh.
Doesn't even care anymore as he charges right in, and he is catching ZOL off guard. Zin is down to the 1 versus 5, and Mongols, what a round on the pistol.
Looking at the bodies, all of them are stacked at B main. They really had a clean entry onto that area, and it makes sense. If you have a Neon, you've got a Breach, you've got a Gecko, everything can just go into your favor, having to layer a lot of these, you know, important flashes and util. So if Sky Blue is able to take these down, including 119, I think they have a really decent flow to follow here. ZOL Esports, I'm sure they're caught off guard there. They weren't exactly prepared for that. But they might have a good read here on this A stack.
For sure. Okay, yeah, the 4 stack I like. Sky is Blue going for the reload that actually could blow up in his face. They heard him, and now they're using the close quarters, the pinch to come in as well. And it's a 1 versus 1. KevZ, oh my goodness, the headshot is clean. ZOL found the timing, the opportunity, and they did not hesitate to take it.
For a split second, for just 0.5 seconds for me, I clasped my hands together on how surprised I was from that crispy shot from KevZ. It could have been it. Mongols had a phenomenal start in that pistol in the second half. The problem is ZOL Esports immediately shuts that momentum down, and now they're at match point.
I don't think there was enough clearing from Mongols there. They were a bit too... It looked over-eager to me, right? Just charging in on elbow here, and they're about to do the same thing as well. Set up to go into the site already. No tripwires on elbow. It's all on the link, which I'm not really against. This does stop the push coming out from 119 here. And now ZOL just starting to just regroup once again. Once the smoke drops, that's when ZOL starts to work their magic in. And this is where it gets problematic because Mongols, they want to play close quarter combat because they just have the not so good weapons, right? Anyways, pick up here from Sky is Blue. It's got to show off if he got the aim to really match this position. Not going to work out. And that's going to be that. ZOL Esports make quick work of map number 1, ending ourselves a 13-2 dominant performance.
Finish, or will ZOL Esports just keep getting this streak from their 1 performance earlier against the Mongols on Sunset?
Well, such big questions, right? Is it performance, a recent performance in this series, or recent performance in the tournament that will show itself here on Haven? Well, that's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how this goes as map number 2 is underway. Mongols already showing up some forces right now on sewer, but nobody's home. And ZOL Esports, they're knocking farther away, farther sight there will be, as C has already gotten itself planted with a spike.
Okay, understandable. Pistol, play retake, S5. Can't play for a pick at the moment. Map's really big. But numbers game, remember, have everybody covered for ZOL.
Look at this. Good cascade of utility with the fault line as well as that paranoia to kind of stop them dead in their tracks. Good timing whatsoever. Crossfire's working out. Khan's coming around the corner, but ZOL wraps around as well very quickly with 3 players remaining. It's just too much to handle for that one player of ZOL that was just left to kind of deal with the situation.
The Mongols, again, Sky Blue, beautiful first blood taking down Patman. Yeah. Problem is, Jet went to replace backside position, and therefore that's the reason why they all peeked out of the smoke from CT. Didn't look in the same direction anymore because, well, we took the backside player down. Guess what? Jet is there. So ZOL Esports again, beautiful hold on that pistol round.
No 4 spies for Mongols here. Thought they might try to do something cheeky. And, well, that something cheeky is this 3-man push on mid, but Yeah, ZOL Esports very much aware of it. I do like the position hold by Sky is Blue. If someone peeks out right now, if Zin wants this heat, he might actually not realize that Nexi is somewhere underneath, just kind of holding angles. Patman is not going to know about this. This could be bad for him. Doesn't get any kills. No way. He actually 180s Nexi. What a hurt this Patman is just doing. 3 are already down. The push continues. Does fall to 119. It's a 3 versus 2. But you have to also have to realize that was just the pistol players of ZOL. Not even the rifles on their hands. Good flags from Cons though. Nice little shield just to get them that pick. 2 versus 1. And honestly, not too bad for MongolZ right now. This is still workable for 119.
Yeah, his aim is really crisp, especially on the Sheriff. This could be deadly for ZOL Esports here.
30 seconds left.
No one planning the spike just yet. They want that information first, and now they got it. It's C connector that
Spike
119 is going to
planted.
be coming out of. A quick little pick.
Ooh.
What a dig. It's through the wall, though, so not as big damage as you're kind of hoping for with the Sheriff.
Yeah.
And now, smoke in place, and he's still making a lot of noise with the Sheriff. They know exactly where he is. Oh, I mean, how do you wiggle yourself out of this situation? He's hoping that someone maybe just flanks him, but
Enemy
ZOL.
remaining.
Okay, 119. Oh my God! Where did that come from? Yep, astonishment.
I'm losing my mind.
What a round.
That felt like the round was in the bag for ZOL Esports. That was their anti-eco. That was their hold. They smoked it all up. They had information on where 119 was going to be. All they had to do was the usual. Simple math, play off of each other. But 119 isolated the fights. Coach is very happy. Those are crisp shots. Those are fast thinking. And 119 was so patient with that. He was not phased at all.
This is nice. That goes there.
Scanning
Wow.
ahead.
So this actually breaks the economy as well for ZOL Esports, right? Patman's the only one with a rifle in hand. How is ZOL going to recover for at least for this round? Don't know. 119, I think you've also mentioned him a couple of times already in that past game. But man,
Camera taken out.
I honestly thought, right, his patience just finally paid off. Just great. Now back to the drawing board for ZOL here. See how this goes. Nexi holding the angle. Long side Sky is Blue. Anyone peeks out, it's going to be these two staring down the barrel. Their gun at you. ZOL now setting up for this B play. Trigger gets pulled. It's going to be the site taken. Oh, okay. Back to the site. Patman not really ready for it, and that's already the rifle player down. Kakarot's just trapped at the corner here, hit by the debuff, and this is just not looking too hot for him.
Last player
Oh, the shield actually saves Sky is Blue. No way! That was such a good shield from Cons. I mean, sure, to retake the site, right? But it also somehow manages to save Sky is Blue. Gotta love that.
That was just a crazy, crazy retake for the side of Mong. Okay, it was an eco on the side of ZOL Esports, but still, that was still incredibly clean. That was such a nice showing. They were covering each other's backs. They won the duel against Patman. That was ready for the trigger from backside, looking at Link. So this is looking to be a very good map for the MongolZ here. Stark contrast. Start from the Sunset performance that they've had. They are now online, Asarai.
Absolutely, they definitely needed that that momentum shift, right? Let's see if that's gonna be what helps them build more rounds here, if possible. I do like the setup for MongolZ, where Cypher plays, where 119 plays as wide as he can, so that he can have his two duelists compress into one position and, you know, just start doing duelist things. Because it makes it easy for Sky is Blue to get more kills when, you know, he has that debuff coming out of the ISO.
That's true. It's definitely helps once
found
the
my-
entries fall through from Patman especially.
Oh, they saw him. Patman's already inside garage. Knocking in. No one's inside at the moment. Seaside is exposed, but no one's actually going for this. Are they going to try to go for a B push once again? No, it's a B split into a C push. I like this. So if they get kills here, this separates so many positions right now that they could have. The C split was actually taken back, and now it's going to be gone into the B push. This might not be working too well because Sky is Blue is holding the front of the site. Can still plant spike, but there is time to rotate, or at least time to take a breath. Secure things. 2 versus 2. Ultimate being used. Kakarot might out of this game, and right in front of him is going to be Patman with the send. 1 versus 1. Right around the corner, and Sky is Blue. What reaction time as he wins the fight. The call for ZOL to go to B just goes awry.
Whew, what a fiery tension between the two Neon players that we have. Sky is Blue versus Patman. It does feel like Patman is now being put on a tight leash. He's not exactly doing the same things that he's been doing as the Neon, not on Sunset. They're even surprised about how that went. The relay bolt didn't really stun anyone. I think Patman's read is he assumes that Sky Blue is pushing Link. Maybe that's why. And hopefully that was the play, but it was not. It was Sky Blue just waiting for Patman to dash in.
Hi, I'm pissed.
Especially when he saw the stun coming out as well, right?
Wait a minute.
My God! What a setup for Patman! Kevzy with the alley-oop, and Patman just dunks it down. That recon dart was filthy. Oh, this game. Both Neons just lighting it up. Gotta love it. Emin Fear, though, stopping them all the way from heaven here as he pushes them back. Maybe a bit of a call to just, chill out as ZOL. Ultimate being used already here by Kakarot just to delay things. Will he get any kills whatsoever? That's the question. And 119. He's putting some damage in. Kevzy. Oh, what a shot. Gets the head. Taps it. 2 versus 1. Next, coming around the corner. There's a challenge. Kevzy wins.
ZOL Esports is like, let's stop this B shenanigans. Let's just go do the classic that has been tried and tested on attacking side. Let's go for A.
I am absolutely gobsmacked. This Haven map has been creative.
Yeah.
Right? For both teams. There's some setups that we haven't seen. I haven't seen too often from ZOL. There's some things that I haven't really seen too much as well for MongolZ. It's great. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, it's you can really feel how badly these teams want to proceed to stage 3 in VCT. And Patman been doing so well in this series.
No distraction. Take flight.
Okay, there it is. The challenge. Who wins? It's gonna be Jack. Oh, Cons. He really wanted that one up if he could have. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be enough. 119 and Sky is Blue goes for the challenge, but they are dropping like flies against ZOL. Now Patman does get knocked himself, but again, there's just too many bodies that 119 has to chip down from before he can actually even hope to get that defuse running in.
Yeah, it felt like ZOL Esports only had to look at one direction. Understandable timeout. They all came from CT and nowhere else. It wasn't a wraparound or a pincer from Garage. It was a bit straightforward on the side of the Mongols. So maybe that's the reason why, like, okay, maybe that was a bit over-eager of a retake. Perhaps that's the reason why the timeout was called in as well. Just trying to reel them in, against ZOL Esports. Because the Mongols are doing so well. We need more Sky's Blue moments. We need more 119 moments. And Emin Fear, honestly, his mid-round performance is real. If given the opportunity, he can really shut down ZOL Esports. So in combination of all of this, I really think they can do it. Just that ZOL is just so good at downloading the Mongols after a win here and there.
And that's such a contradictory thing to say as well, right? Because
yeah.
MongolZ is trying to utilize Sky is Blue again,
Yep.
but because, you know, ZOL Esports are good at downloading things, if they kept banking on Sky is Blue once more, it's not really going to pan out, is it? Because if you see the difference between ZOL's plays from right now, from that 1 round ago to like 3 rounds ago, it's been kind of just figuring out where Sky Blue isn't and going the other way.
Oh, that's true. They've been
so-
avoiding the issue so far.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Patman, Jesus. Oh my god, he just sent it. Sky is Blue, though. He's a bit too fast.
almost
Kevzy.
predicted correctly.
Hell yeah. All right, they haven't planted a spike at all. And this is going very badly for ZOL, honestly. Sky is Blue is still pretty damn healthy. And they don't really have anything to pick it back up. The spike, I mean. So,
Yeah.
gotta try to check things through. Fast lane, as Sky is Blue picks up a weapon, loses his ultimate, and gets pincered down by Kakarot. So at least the fight goes
Last
a
player
little bit down to the
standing.
favor of ZOL. Kakarot is single-handedly getting the kills needed to win this game. As 119, okay, deja vu moments here. It's 3 versus 1 now. His opponent's a whole lot more knowledgeable of him. And it's not going to pan out this time as ZOL Esports get the round advantage.
Yeah, it seems that there's no 119 moment on that round anymore. ZOL Esports has learned their lesson and decided to just, what's the term, Asterai? Nip that right out of the bud? Is that the saying?
Nip it right in the bud.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, Asterai. I appreciate it. But yeah, ZOL Esports, they're trying B. Seems like it's a huge problem for not the cleanest, but they're able to at least hammer that round win home.
Sky is Blue now committing to the operator. Curious about how effective this can be in his hands, but you can't see he is playing. There it is. Oh, that was such a sick kill. Let's get it started. Second one in motion, and Kakarot just immediately backs away from the angle just so that. And Sky is
Now-
Blue, because of just how fast he is, he's just going to keep checking C and B.
I like it from ZOL that they're doing their due diligence and smoking that out. They're not counting out any possible repositions from Sky's Blue. But they're still going B!
Yeah, this could be bad. Woo! He was standing still. He was standing still.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the easiest shots that you miss. That's how you know it's a good player. I'm not even kidding. That's really true. You should see other like amazing operator players. In any case, 3 versus 4, numbers advantage in the favor of MongolZ.
Right
Lots
there.
of retake utility for them, especially with the stuns still available for Sky is Blue and Cons. 119 here. Oh no, no way. No way he gets caught. That's bad. That's not good.
Enemy remaining.
Smoke's gonna go down, and they double up to Jet, who just makes quick work. The operator not getting anything in close range, and that's gonna be Kakarot with the final kill. Man's been on a mission. That mission is to bring ZOL to the finish line. 2-round advantage for ZOL here.
That was such a good double up underneath that smoke. This play right here, I think at first they were looking at each other like, wait, where's that camera? Is it inside our smoke? It's not. Let's wait for the camera to be activated and then peek. That was so good from ZOL Esports. They've acknowledged that 119 is always going to retake coming from C link. So here we go. Maybe A is another answer that ZOL likes to try.
Patman.
Off your feet!
Ooh, there it is. The nice little smoke play. Unfortunately, though, there is the ultimate coming out of
Smart move.
ZOL here that just flushes out the rest of them coming around the corner. Sky is Blue brings in the judge. But again, ZOL's just too good on these refrags. 119 still one last standing. He does have a Vandal in hand, but it's not going to be enough as Kevzy finds him tucking himself in heaven.
Out of charge.
And that's going to be that. ZOL Esports, very quick on these pushes.
So clean. ZOL Esports. Once they've gotten a plant onto A or C, that's when it's like mega clean. B is something on paper, of course, very tough, easy to rotate for the retakers. But I feel like they've been really mixing things up a bit with their B execute. I'm not going to be surprised if they want to do it again. They're slowly leaning here onto window. That's going to be 3 players, a tripwire. I think they just want to keep hammering this B hole home.
Sure, why not, right?
Yep.
Ooh, that tripwire actually gets value. Gotta love that. The recon dart did not break it. So that is the life of Patman already forfeited.
Take flight.
Already voided. And the question is... Yikes!
What?
What? Ooh boy, that is... Okay. We got to take a step back here. MongolZ also trying to take a breather because right now they started with good catch on Patman, and somehow Sky's Blue and Emmett Fear got traded for nothing as the smoke goes down. Zin gets a kill. It feels like ZOL are just challenging MongolZ at their own game, and MongolZ are losing it.
Yeah, they're willing to take the
Spike
fights.
planted.
Let's abandon A, C. Okay, try B again. Maybe Deja Vu Part 2?
I don't know. We'll see. Tries to sneak right by in. But again, ZOL Esports a lot more aware, a lot more sensitive to how well C19, excuse me, can play those situations.
It's so good. I mean, they were a bit more creative. They made it completely different. You know, they decided to flush out Garage basically by landing a lot of these collat shots outside of B, and then they re-hit the same site. Even though Patman falls from battle very early, it doesn't necessarily equate to ZOL Esports losing the round right off the bat. MongolZ though, I like this creativity. Instead of instead of B, we're gonna invest sewers alongside cons.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh. Sky is Blue. Okay. Very early, though. They heard that Sky is Blue uses ultimate already, so they're just going to tuck themselves in corners here and make him waste it. And I felt like Sky is Blue felt the urgency to just get a kill so he can get that refresh on his ultimate, but it actually ultimately just backfires. That's got to be unfortunate for him.
I know exactly where you are.
Especially it's going to be the last round. And next up, Patman, so far forward.
Yeah. I mean, Northam already used, right, just to get that quick bit of information as well. And they're just challenging these fights. They just don't really need to... Oh, they just don't really need to play it safe anymore. Just send it. They know that their opponent is just on the weaker weapon, so what's the real problem? Especially when they're already cascading so well into the site and getting all these kills one by one, bit by bit.
Yeah, ZOL Esports has found their rhythm. The Mongols had a great start on this map, but ZOL Esports were able to reel that back in their favor. Okay, Sky is Blue, operator, panned out when he stayed at B. Now he repositions to A long, but no one. Maybe Zin takes the bite, perhaps.
Spike down,
but no one's
mid.
pushing.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like at some point they just have to wait, right? Because
Yeah.
that's about it. Ooh, that was early. You saw that? They were using the gravity well already at the entrance of B main. I think
That's true.
the noise done by ZOL was enough to scare out the util from MongolZ. And it just opens up so much more positioning as well.
Ooh.
Great
Spike
catch,
down
though.
A.
Simultaneous as well. Sky is Blue gets a pick, as well as the other one as well.
Out of charge.
Left with a 2 versus 5 here.
Deploying drone.
Do like the ideas from ZOL, but they still have to be aware that MongolZ... Alright, let's bring it in.
Last player standing.
Not this time. Cons wins the battle, and it's all into the hands of Zin. 50 seconds, though, so he's got some time to at least,
My camera is
I don't know, hurry about something. Wins the battle against 119, but they know exactly where he is in a 1 versus 4.
Yeah, this is tough. Cons was the one that was able to get first blood, even though, you know,
30 seconds left.
Nexi was the one that used early utility. Oh, Zin's gonna fall. Up and down. Oh,
hostile removed.
wait a minute. Oh, surely
As
this
easily
time.
as you thought it would be.
Yeah.
Hunter's Fury does not claim his life. It's actually the operator from Sky is Blue all the way through heaven.
Switching sides.
So we end ourselves a 4-8. Great catch there from MongolZ just to fend things off against ZOL
My
Esports.
camera is
Such a good angle from 119 there.
hostile removed.
Here on the offense, right? You see the idea that they have. You got the shield from ISO. push it right in. And then while that was happening, Sky is Blue can set up for a nice little play here. Good little catch. Paranoia though. Ooh, what a snappy set of kills there from Sky is Blue. Good use of the burst fire from the Classic.
Wonderful check by the Mongols as well. Not lowering their guard. I mean, they were the ones that did it on the pistol round, to be fair. So they thought, I think they're gonna do this too. So beautiful shots from the Mongols here. I think this round is done and dusted. Maybe Kakarot just wants to get a few kills before anything else.
Spike planted.
Yeah, sure, right? If you can get it, it'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, the flag is already coming from Nexi, so you don't really. He doesn't really expect the backstab to come through. So yeah, that's about that. 5-8 though. Great catch from the Mongols. They literally just triple peeked, got good kills, and Sky is Blue showing off how quick his reaction time truly is.
I really think the win condition Sky's Blue is online. I think one thing that will tremendously help as well, cons. I remember this. It was Sky's Blue and cons at the top of the standings. Really high impactful frags when they went up against Fancy United. But honestly, right now, it's still working, even if it's just Sky's Blue at the moment.
He's the, as we mentioned, like, he's the spear tip. Man is going to be the one that gets things started for Mongols. If not, it's going to be quite difficult for them to really get that round success, I feel. Zin, though, and the rest of ZOL
I must wait a moment.
making some plays right now. Patman only showing himself at sewer here. They're not really going to expect that. Makes a bit of impact there with the 2 kills, but they should be able to save nothing. As the bulldog gets thrown into the fence there, so just economic damage right now for ZOL.
Yep, it's just a bunch of classics. Maybe Kevzi Sheriff might find at least 1 or 2 on C long. He's not going to be using any utility as he does not want to give away his position. But Sky's Blue has a judge, so it's going to be difficult to find a frag.
Shot down.
Unless...
Yeah.
Unless
Good catch, though. Nice off angle, too. Let's check if we can get a little bit more. Which they kind of are. They just positioning themselves in these awkward positions where I think Mongols are expecting them to play retake or, you know, but then ZOL just will play around and actually just make it expensive for you. How about that?
-3 for the next round. ZOL Esports gonna be happy about that one. For their eco, now it's all about the buys, but there's still... It's not Padman, actually, that is able to match up against Sky's Blue. Every single time Padman decides to take it 1v1, Sky's Blue always has his number, at least here on Haven. So things are starting to be ramping up for the Mongols here.
I think he's the only one that's not holding onto a weapon.
True.
Just the Sheriff. Well, never mind, actually. He's pretty good with the Sheriff, so I take everything back. Oh, boy. Okay, good challenge. Nice little refrag there from Khans. Should have his shield refreshed as well. 1-1, though, as they did make a lot of noise. Khans' wall or shield is about done. Goes in for the challenge. Blind to kind of delay things a little bit more. And because of that pick that they have, the second pick onto M and Fear, this kind of hurts the way for Mongols to now push in because they don't really have that recon dart to retake things or take things into the site. Now that they spotted out the spike as well, they do want to challenge that, but is the challenge actually good, or should they just let it be picked up and just play the numbers game? We'll have to see.
Looks like they're able to just hold on out. ZOL Esports, Kevzi.
Defeated.
Ooh, just gets knocked. 1-1 though. Not done just yet. That's coming in from Nexi as well. Smoke's coming through. Just around the corner. Oh, they don't know he's elevated.
30 seconds left.
Smoke is actually allowing him to get
1 enemy remaining.
play on such a really tight angle. And Zin comes in as well. 119 just does not know where to look, and that's gonna be ZOL with another round.
I mean, it's such a crazy guessing game. Maybe if you're coming from sewers, of course you want to try and look up at top of the box. But it has been quite some time before you stayed at sewers, so you're not really gonna think and see if that's there. Maybe the smoke might give it away. That's why they were trying to clear every single angle before pushing forward, crouching, just to check that top of the box. But Jet really played that so well. Everybody played that so well from ZOL Esports.
Yeah.
And now it's the buy round again, except for Nexi here with the Sheriff at hand.
At some point, MongolZ has to have like everybody on a, you know, on rifles.
True.
Except for just the, you know, not just having just 4. I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but have to see. Oh, I like this play.
Oh.
We're going in and circumventing all of the traps set up already. But to be fair, it's all on B. He's gonna be picked up here.
Spike planted.
Oh, he dodges the ultimate. Khan's wanting another go into things. Does get picked off there though. It's actually ideal right now for MongolZ. That fast lane not really giving the space that ZOL potentially wanted, and through the smoke, the double kill comes out for MongolZ here. Great take onto Garage, great push as well, and ultimately ZOL just not able to get the response, or just not able to react in time.
Yeah, ZOL Esports now having a taste of their own medicine with the buddy system. Just a lot of angles to look at once you enter the site, and the MongolZ really have every single thing covered. Just a lot of really flashiness coming from both players, both Neon players. But at the same time, the Sky's Blue is just really on top of his game. And you get to see the pressure building a little bit for ZOL. A lot of serious faces on the side of these players. Understandable. They don't want to map number 3. They don't want to go to split. They want to end it here and now in this 2-0.
Now, I think this is the first time we're also seeing ZOL call for the timeout. They got themselves JCL already going with talks with the team here. Problem right now, I think, for ZOL is they're kind of forcing majority of their defense somewhere on the map. And it feels like a roulette for MongolZ that if they find the right call, sometimes it's what is it, like 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 5 approaches, I think, in any of the sites. If they make a mistake, they just do not have the retake power to really react if they try to challenge as soon as, right? Which MongolZ kind of thrive in. So we'll see how that kind of goes. If the timeout is beneficial, or is it just going to be, you know, not enough? Chad just gets obliterated by the judge.
Yep, spotted by that drone. No hesitation to peek through.
Oh, that is just horrible. Batman gets caught out. Yeah, there's Sky Blue already committing the ultimate. Does not want anything to go awry. Just make it sure they got themselves the flawless. This builds bank, and MongolZ, they're just 1 round behind ZOL right now.
Yeah, Sky's Blue is just practically online, has been online for quite some time now, and nobody from ZOL Esports is shutting him down. Padman, he does have this overdrive. 2 points for Kakarot, orbs for until his Rolling Thunder. Maybe that's something that they can angle with to secure this double digits. But we'll have to see. This judge is still in the hands of Sky's Blue, and it's really scary once he gets going.
Truly. And many times that we already see him on his ultimate. And there's got past couple of rounds. Ultimate being used here. Patman goes for the challenge. And now he's the one that's using his ultimate there. Tries to use the overdrive, but backfires, as now 119 gets the catch on him. Just reveals to everybody with the use of that neural theft. Now Cosmic Divide also being used right now by Naxi to plant the spike safely. And this is going to be a very difficult retake for ZOL Esports. The hold on mid is brutal, and 119 wastes no time to go for the flank right now. I think the timing is so off. I don't think ZOL even knows about this.
Nope.
And the backstab, the smoke, it just blocks him just ever so slightly, and that might be it. The reposition, you're not going to know about this. He gets the 2 kills. Huge, and they do not respond in time. They do get a couple of kills right in front of them, but what's behind them, they do not know. And that elevates us, or that puts us into the 9-9.
119 is so good. I mean, you won't expect that timing, right? Because the Cosmic Divide is also really good at blocking any possible rotations. Even though you're staying at Link, even though you're staying at A, you can't really hear a single thing. And 119 just basically used that window, that short window, just go speed at towards A. And of course, ZOL Esports, timing-wise, they really won't expect it at all. Now they're back on the eco. This is a little scary. MongolZ is on fire right now.
Oh yeah.
Here.
It's proving to be very little challenge right now for them. Sky is blue already. I'm at the back of the side, but wait, Jet hiding inside the smoke gets the there first. Kakarot at the back. Hand cannons in hand. And Zin just cannot find that value. He just gets, again, slapped by multiple opponents already. Leaving only Patman and KevZ to deal with this. 4-2. 2 players on MongolZ, though. Severely low, so some body damage with the Sheriff should be enough. KevZ's making some noise right now. Tries to open up for Patman. Unfortunately, Patman gets caught. And he's actually already down low. KevZ just backing away right now as they try to push through. Need to use the spike if they can. Ooh. One good shot.
Last player standing.
It's actually working slightly to half as well. And somehow KevZ. No.
Thrifty.
MongolZ a bit too eager to show what they got in terms of the gun department, the firepower. But it just backfires.
I'm speechless. Yeah, it backfires a little bit. You're right. It is all about the initial damage that some of these players. KevZ's even shocked that that happened, because at that point, it's one of those things where you double swing. You double swing at that point, but no, it was so difficult. The timing must have not been in their favor, and KevZ just really takes advantage of that. My God, ZOL Esports now back in the lead.
I mean, to be fair as well, you don't expect... I think ZOL did not expect to really lose that fight as well. So it was kind of granted that they're feeling a lot more confident in that situation. But still, right? Batman around the corner might be a bit too overeager, but he's up for the revenge. He is up for the challenge. He wants blood, and he wants it now. Finally gets shut down by Nexi here, though, but the damage is done. 3-2. Numbers not favoring MongolZ too heated here. Spike should be picked up by the MongolZ right now. The fight might not go their way, but somehow in that prolonged gunfight just goes back and forth, and ZOL somehow manages to win that one.
Simple as that.
Usually, it takes one player from a team to try and break momentum, and that win from KevZ was so important for ZOL Esports to just take this map back into their flanks. The MongolZ, though, of course, they've had plants. They've got really nice plants on to see. It's just that it wasn't as clean as what we've seen before. And ZOL Esports are patient. They're playing the retake. They're playing from all sides. They try to pick one before somebody falls. It's much better than a full 5-man just holding out within the site, especially C. Very troublesome. You see the stress on the faces of the Mongols. Very understandable. Match point now, almost for ZOL Esports if they win this next one.
I gotta say, it honestly feels like, and again, this feels like MongolZ just dropped the ball on some of these rounds.
Yeah.
Right? You cannot sugarcoat it. It honestly, they should have won some of these rounds already. Yeah. But unfortunately, because they wanted to challenge and, again, so overeager to finish off some of these rounds already, it somehow backfires because ZOL does not have any right to win the round that the way KevZ won that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, it's not done just yet. Still pretty neck and neck. They're trying to get in close. Sky is blue, kind of trapped in the corner here, though. The shock dart putting him into a very difficult situation, and KevZ's shock actually hits and takes him down. Neural had to follow up for even more information. And now they know Mongols stuck at least at this point in A long.
I like this as well from Patman. Being the one who guards the flanks or the possible lurk or the possible rotate. Because you can just keep moving from one place to another, knowing that you're a Neon. Look at the paranoia. Understandable, because they've given a lot of space and time for Patman to possibly lurk around. So they're cutting noise. I like this, but ZOL Esports read this play beautifully.
They even check their own spawn, right? Just to make sure that no one's anywhere there. Oh, the reposition. Oh, the wall actually just goes in. Jez around the corner here. And Zin repositions. Tries to go for the fight. And he's using this wall for a bit of a dance right now, but it actually backfires on him. This Cosmic Divide is huge. Stops the opponents here, ZOL, from pushing right in. Patman wants a challenge, and 119, he tries to go for the reposition and actually blows up in his face.
Nowhere to run.
Ultimate being used. He's around the corner. Shocks. The transfer. No way! Patman almost converts for the 1 versus 3. He had his teammates fall all around him, and his overdrive went to overtime. But MongolZ, taking a breath, slowing it down, helps them win the round.
Everybody's playing out of their minds here. You can feel it. MongolZ wants to take this to map number 3, keep their tournament lives alive. And ZOL Esports, this series is mentally and physically taxing. The fact that there's a lot on the line, of course ZOL Esports are hungry to just take this one down. That was almost a converted victory.
My ult is ready.
But the MongolZ have learned from their mistakes from that C long hold.
Absolutely, right? And now just a few more, and they get to push this into map number 3. ZOL, though, you did see Kevzy risk his life just to pick up that orb for his Hunter's Fury to be up and running. 119 just does not want that heat anymore. Patman still pushing up. Wants to go for the kill. He is really chasing for it if he can, but 119's got some layers of defense. Try to push them back. And while that was happening, MongolZ was busy taking the other plays of MongolZ. Busy taking this A side. Cons, though, who did he rip from the ground? Okay, it's going to be Patman. 1 versus 1. Cons wins the battle.
Contract complete.
And this is very huge because, again, gives them a lot more breathing space. The push out
One enemy remaining.
is not going to be enough. Such clean repositions here. Or, excuse me, crossfires for MongolZ. Now Jet, no real space to really get inside that smoke, so he just kind of hopes that he can bamboozle them, which does not work in a 4 versus 1.
A great clean hold. Yeah, it's very difficult, especially if you were on just the Sheriff. Kill contract, seals the deal, takes down Patman. Even though he's doing so well in this game, it's the MongolZ also doing phenomenally well. That's why they're even. That's why they're tied. That's why Asterix could be, what, a possible overtime even? Or maybe the MongolZ is just gonna... Enough of that, no overtimes. Let's just go to split right here, right now. And now it's a full buy round for both of these teams. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's 2 stacks in garage. C as well. It's the buddy system in play that we might see happen in this round.
Ooh, the raid for MongolZ to try to go for B right now feels like the correct thing to do, especially when we're seeing where the brunt of the defense for ZOL is, specifically placed. And they just go for it. If they do, stuff happened already. They know what could be up. We'll see how it goes. MongolZ here, going for a slightly different approach, but it's still going to be B where they end up in. So, still going to be the same thing. And right now, this could be anticipated right now by ZOL. So we'll have to see.
Yep. It's Link
I got spikes.
being scouted out. An easy fast lane. Looks like they're gonna move post plan on window.
I'm out of here.
Unless somebody decides to stick around.
Oh, you don't want to do that. Well, he has teammates right behind him, so it might not be too bad. Good flash, though. But still, there's way too many bodies right in front of them. Backfires. Just gotta have to start picking things up here because Zin is a little bit too far from his teammate. No smokes in hand. Zin taps it. Goes immediately for the zap, for the gravity well. 3 versus 2. Coming around the corner. Jet, can he have the spike? Actually does, but the stun was just a little bit too much, and MongolZ slides right in for the kill. ZOL not really knowing what to do in that situation, gets blown up, especially at that encounter on Garage.
Yeah, that's where it definitely all went down. You think that, you know, that buddy system was going to be effective in that note, but the fact that somebody is actually really tucked right into the corner, right outside of doors, it can get really, really confusing. Tension is rising, as you can see from the cameras onto ZOL Esports, and it's understandable. ZOL needs to force this, what do you call this? This overtime onto Haven, but they have not cracked the code just yet. Every single time they decide to pull an aggressive punch, it is the MongolZ constantly having to really hammer the pain every single time.
It's so problematic right now for ZOL because I think MongolZ also realize what their weakest site is, and it's B. Because
yeah,
right? Because again, if ZOL commit to defending the B site, I think they're fine. But the problem is, I don't think they know the fine line of how to commit B site without losing control on both A and C, right? And Haven is a 3-sided map. We can see this. We know this. We've played it thousands of times already. So you have to kind of manage your resources, and unfortunately for ZOL, it's not well managed. And fortunately for MongolZ, because of that, they have now found a chink in the armor for ZOL and are bullying ZOL for it, which again could put us into a map number 3.
Yeah, yeah. Highly possible here for the side of the MongolZ. They've been doing so well. Now it's a stack onto A, sneaking their way onto long. And KevZ is looking at source. He has no idea just yet.
Yeah, maybe peaks on long here could be pretty bad for him. Oh boy, do not want to take that fight, even if it's a just in case. Shock Dart actually connecting onto MN Fear here. One more. KevZ, does he have the lineup to at least get the kill? Could be huge if he does. Recon Dart
Standing ahead.
be thrown out that early. Make sure they can at least work with in tandem with the fast lane. As Patman is setting things up. Wants to go for the fight right now. Can he actually push out? Any flashes for him would be great, but I don't think there's any. Now it's just going to be a fight on fight. Comes around the corner. Cons, great pickup. And it's still not done.
One enemy remaining.
No defuse starting just now, and it's all down into the hands of Jed. Fortunately, it's just a bit too much for them to handle. MongolZ finish it up, and ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a series here. Map number 3 is already. I'd like to see some of those rounds really be played.
Same here. I think this is the best composition, best lineup, best surprise from both of these teams to conclude such a very important match on who is going to be qualifying for stage 3 of Challengers Southeast Asia. Vice for split. I like this. I like this very much. Steel Garden is so effective, especially on B site. There's a lot to cover. A as well. Even though it seems big, there's not a lot of you to hide, to be fair. So if you waterfall from heaven or ramps, I think it's a very effective way to play retake, especially they're starting on defense.
I wonder where the setup is for Zin, because he's got a lineup with this nade, right? Somewhere with the grav net. So where is this heading? Oh no, he's just gonna be walking up slowly into the site. Sure. That wall's gonna work up. Batman gets isolated from the rest of his team, and he's just gonna... Oh, I like this. He's immediately pushing up into the spawn, and you could already see 119 not really expecting it up until then. There he goes. Okay, so he's gonna throw the nade, maybe reposition or just start pushing in. He's gotta have to choose one, and he chose the first, but actually lost to 119. 119's been on it this game.
That's on fire. His aim has been so precise. Sky's Blue also contributing heavily on the impact round.
One enemy remaining.
Oh!
Nice.
That's just absolutely nasty. Just sliding inside the smoke. What a flick as well.
Yeah.
And the isolation. I
Flawless.
think, I don't know.
We did
ZOL, are they
Lola,
losing
I know you'd be proud.
steam already in terms of firepower?
Yeah, that was the initial problem in Haven. The 1v1s. The how do you deal with Sky's Blue and 119 if you go up close and personal, just the two of you guys. But it always seems to be it's the individual players from the Mongols that has been winning a lot of these duels. ZOL Esports now back on the drawing board. I mean, it's really difficult against what's happening from Haven as the recent defeat that they had to experience.
Sure. These moments, man, it's not looking too hot here for ZOL. We'll see how this goes. If they try to push again to where Vice is, could be bad for them. Pick a little pick from Sky is Blue. This gets spotted out by Zin, so that's going to be a start for the team. Picks up the weapon itself. It's going to be an outlaw in the hands of Patman.
Spike planted.
Pop a couple of shots, and this is going to have to be MongolZ trying to regroup and start moving around. Nice little flash as well. Well around the corner there. Khans coming in close. Uses his boom bot. Goes right in. Throws the nade. 119. Absolutely bonkers. The 180 from Khans for that second kill. And it feels like nothing is just holding MongolZ back. Good shots from Jed though, but that's not going to be enough. And MongolZ 2 points at the board already. Very quick.
It's so scary. The execute from Khans to jump from ramps, immediately looking towards the other direction to kill KevZ is so scary. It feels like a preview of what's to happen, of setting up these fast crossfires from screens, from ramps. It's honestly, though, looking at that, even though it was an expensive round from the Mongols, I feel like ZOL Esports, that was a preview of what's to come between Khans and Sky's Blue.
You know what? I agree. Even though I don't want to call it too early,
Yeah,
it
true.
does feel like that. At least in this first part of the round, right? And I'll just say this double sentinel pickup for ZOL, not getting as much value I think as they're kind of hoping for, and then banking on Kakarot to be the only initiator here. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Sky is, don't get me wrong, Sky is very strong on split, but we'll have to see how this really goes. Pushing them back already. Gun around for ZOL as they're working their way onto Mail. And Nexi's just holding an angle here. Stars, these are the remaining ones, is just there outside of B main. So the only thing he's really able to do here on B Heaven is to just hold an angle with the Sheriff. Not gonna be enough though, but it's KevZ that gets spotted by Sky is Blue all the way through A main. That's not good for ZOL.
Deathwork is gone, but the controller is gone on the side of Mongols.
30 seconds.
Okay, Evan here, back of the site. Couldn't convert the first kill, has to back away, wait for his teammates if he can. ZOL's timing though, they are missing the beats on these. Oh, what a shot! Through the smoke as well from Khans here. The headshot is beautiful. Numbers not favoring ZOL anymore. They plant the
10
spike.
seconds left.
And MongolZ, they could actually just send this. They still have the numbers right in front of them. They do. 1 versus 1 right now. And Jet had to hit that shot. He was down to 10. He could have almost dropped the ball of that one, but he doesn't. And that puts ZOL a point on the board.
Survives with 10 HP. Another expensive round for the other team with the bigger buy. And it all started with a kill on the lurk on the far end of A main. But then it was just trades all over the place. They must feel really good about that one. ZOL Esports badly needed a confidence boost on their end after what happened in Haven, and as well as the pistol loss.
You can see the pat on the back there for Chevs. Congratulations, Jack. Good job, man. We needed that round. We sorely needed that round, as we saw here for ZOL. God, how difficult it's going to be with a double sentinel to play attacker on split.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be brutal. Mongols, they
Sound
have
sensor out.
everything working in their favor right now. Zin,
Over there.
did he just throw his wall? No, it's just a sound trap. Okay. Retakes it, so he's slowly working his way here on male,
Need that
using his deadlock utility. No ultimates available for ZOL here, nor do we have anything for Mongols. But look at this positioning and timing for Mongols. The pinch coming in from the back did actually work out in their favor. Patman
down.
does
Speed.
react in time somewhat, but then you look at this, and then they have mid control in just a blink of an eye. Jed
Yeah.
does have the ultimate, so he can pick up the spike, but they're trying to at least double up so that when he from the shadows, it stops. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, maybe
right now,
it
though.
gets blocked. That's why Jed now making his way onto A, so they immediately get the plant down. There is a razor vine onto A. Okay, so he gets it still, nonetheless, despite the stack. There's a shear. Activate.
Oh.
Oh,
He's planting on A. Okay. Now they start rotating the other way.
yep.
Jet has no utility here except for a dark cover that'll come out in like a couple of seconds. He has to buy time for Kemzi to rotate because he needs that extra number with him.
1xe. Oh,
He's
he
around
know?
the corner as well. He's not gonna know about this though. Wins the duel though. That was so important for him. The charge up for
Player
Khans.
standing.
Gotta love to see it. The push out though in Mongols. Dude, flounder on that. Well, that was close.
It
That
was.
was absolutely close.
it could have gone either way. Imagine if Jed didn't have from the shadows, then that spike would have been so hard to retrieve on Heaven. But either way,
yeah.
beautiful plays from Kevzi and Jet just tag teaming the hold. Onto A. So now Mongols, it's their turn to be on this weaker buy with a bunch of sheriffs. But Steel Guard is available, so they can make things even despite ZOL Esports being on that big buy.
Where is this grab net going though? I think they are a little bit aware that if they try to push onto A main, Vice has some nice little setup plays right then and there. Kakarot catches out Khans here. Bit too overeager for that mid push. ZOL Esports, I think they're starting to get back into the groove of things. Mongols, the pacing that we saw from them
I know
did change
exactly.
up ever so
where.
slightly. Wow, they actually call Kevzi to use the ultimate immediately on mid just for that information. Now that they see the Vice is on B, is that the call to go straight for A? Yeah, it is. There's the grab net already. The charge up, the follow up from Patman as well. Does not spot anybody. As the wall also used
Spike
to just
planted.
cut up the positioning here on the back of the A site.
Oh my gosh! Inside the smoke, Patman might get another kill here.
Remaining.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yep.
Next is the only one trap outside of mid right now. Can't really push anywhere. Hoping that he catches a lurk, but everybody else from ZOL now holding on to that A site.
So clean for the side of ZOL. Oh,
Flawless.
two bullets.
There he goes. Falls out.
Out of
Okay,
charges.
weaker buy. Maybe there's no opportunity to use the Steel Garden, as they are really overrun by ZOL Esports, taking control of A immediately after that opening pick on mid. Now, this is interesting. Khans now has the operator and guarding A heavily. Perhaps this could be difficult for ZOL. I remember in Haven, once Khans, or actually Skies Blue picked up the operator, ZOL had a very hard time infiltrating a site.
Oh, Patman. He's got the double satchel play here. Immediately charges up into Heaven. He has an ultimate here though, so I'm curious if he's going to use it in tandem with his bot. Actually circumvents where his opponent was pushing. Skies Blue does not now know where he might be, but gets caught by Kevzi while that was happening altogether. So Patman can actually just hold his angle right now, and it could be a good lynch play because no one is marking him. I mean, if you're around the corner right now, as a secret gets used, that's
Spike
going to
planted.
push Khans back, and again, get that information where this operator is still standing. He's making a lot of noise. They know that where exactly where he is.
Enemy remaining.
As yeah, they just go into the trap. Comes around the corner. There it is. Rewarded. Expensive round for MongolZ as well. And ZOL Esports 2 rounds advantage against the Mongols.
Check. Break.
And they even get the operator in their favor. They picked it up. They're gonna throw it onto Zind. And a very, very, it's a timeout. As again, as you said, it's a very expensive round. It's Padman really playing sneakily and going into vents instead of going to the opposite direction and finding the one peeping out of heaven. I really like that play. You're investing your position for the near future. And honestly, I really like that from ZOL.
Yeah, I like it as well. It also forces MongolZ to, you know, react to multiple angles here. And I think now Artie is immediately calling things out as it is, and again reacting to what the plays are from ZOL, right? I think you kind of see the tempo right now where ZOL is playing at, that once there's a flip of the script from ZOL, Artie starts to call it out immediately, so that, you know, MongolZ can prepare and adjust. And again, nipping it in the bud very early is super important for MongolZ, so that we don't see some of those games that just kind of spiral and then having to play, you know, from behind for a couple of rounds and just see if you can make it work, because that's way too dangerous if you're in a situation like this.
Yeah, they want it more like what they did at Haven instead of what happened in Sunset. And now take a look at the setups. Pretty spread out, but ZOL Esports is biding their time. They're probably thinking that MongolZ might push an angle and get a very cheeky play. Maybe that Sky is Blue versus Zind. Oh, sorry, KevZ in A main.
Okay, he's just waiting around a little bit here. Sky is Blue, though, still holding the angle. KevZ started to back away, actually. Just waiting for him to be safe enough so that he can start running through where the rest of his team might be. Jet. Okay, I'm curious about how this is going to go, because the Razor Vine's going to be underneath them. They're going to take some passive damage. If they don't block the line of sight for 119 here... Oh, maybe they just fight him, you know? No, he backs away.
Thorns activated.
They also are very careful about that ultimate of his. We'll see how this goes. Catches him though, so no more fear of the Steel Garden. So that's probably what, you know, ZOL was kind of hoping for, just to see where Vice was. If he challenges, they have to commit the ultimate and not really push, so they don't get caught by the annoying ult.
This is really tough. 10 seconds on the clock.
10 seconds left.
Plant's gonna go down. One gonna be coming from Alley, but the barrier is there. Kappa pretty much stuck in here. Zin carries. Oh my god, Batman!
Yeah, great shot. Mid-air there as Sky is Blue is just trying to run into the sights. Does not work out in his favor, and ZOL Esports, again, racking up the round wins here. Building up that lead if they can, because again, you never know when MongolZ try to or will get that counter against them.
That is indeed a good question. This feels very similar to what happened in Haven, but honestly, ZOL Esports feels like this is a different ZOL from the previous map. They feel more confident to go in. They're more precise with their aim. They don't feel like they're scared now to take on 119 or Sky's Blue, maybe even Cons in a lot of these angles, so we'll see.
Sure, right?
Yeah.
They're getting a lot more confident with that one. Could help them out.
My territory! My
Alright.
Annihilation.
Let's go straight up for it. Annihilation does not spot anybody here. No one's home. And Patman's already pushed up through spawn right now. 119. Okay, he's aware that this is a possibility.
Spike
He is just
planted.
such a great shot.
Good hit.
This is huge. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh! The op that actually catches him. That's great. Right around the corner. Hans gets the pick onto Zin. Great little start. Around the corner, Jet also gets picked off.
One enemy remaining.
They have to win this fight. So 1 versus 2. Sky is blue. Just zapping, dashing. Coming around the corner. KevZ is so low that one zap, even if he's jumping up and down, is enough. MongolZ. That threat of the Steel Guard is just so much that ZOL is positioned
I dare you.
very, I think, just different.
Yeah, I see what you mean. They're more aggressive in identifying where the Steel Garden was because the plant was so close. They had no choice but to play on site itself. They didn't plant for B main at all, so they were afraid of the Cosmic Divide threat, which was there. They were scrambling around. Did they tap the spike? Did they not tap the spike? It's just that innate paranoia that a Cosmic Divide provides in a lot of these holds.
Quick little push. Oh, Nexi. Great flick. GrabNet does connect onto MN Fear here. He's gonna get knocked down. Great contact as Nexi's trying to at least play around the Razor Vine for the moment. Another Neural Theft comes out into play here as it does expose a position for MongolZ. They do break it. Is that 2 players with judges? Yes, they are. Okay, so close quarter combat is out of the question here for ZOL. Play the other direction or else. But the other direction is where the sniper is waiting. They do have Jess still alive, so a nice little use on a smoke here to blot out that vision is going to be very important.
But no Patman means... What?
No.
Sid, how did you do that?
Muscle memory and just being a godly player. That's how you do it.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Spike planted.
Clean.
Ole. All right. It's such a good setup as well for MongolZ too, you know. Okay, camera spots out one here for Sky is blue. Triggers the trap. No Cypher in play here. Jed goes for the challenge. And now they might not know that KevZ actually doubled himself up around the corner here. Yeah. Gets the kill as well as Zin around there. And that's going to be ZOL with another round on the board.
It's always that double up buddy system that is ZOL Esports really hammering down so well in this tournament. And once they're given the opportunity to do so, they won't hesitate to pull it off. And the MongolZ always feel like they have to check their corner twice. They've killed the one, maybe one is still in there. And ZOL Esports, they're slowly trying to increase the gap. They're not phased at all by MongolZ winning that other round
taken out.
where Sky's
Cage
Blue
trigger.
went rampant.
Cage triggered.
So it's a good sign. No, that's not a good sign.
KevZ. What was that? He was just trying to jiggle for position and then he just realized, oh yeah, we're playing against MongolZ. These guys like to go for these really just cheeky angles from time to time and it just blows up in his face. Patman here pushes through the smoke and that could be fatal for him. About to drop down, actually spots out Nexi right in front of him. Goes for the challenge, hits the shot, but there is a quick and very near 119 willing to go for the fight. They drop in, they fight. They want to go for this and actually gets it. That is nutty. Jeff forcing it to use his ultimate just to pick up the weapon right now. And it's a 2 versus 3. Walls being used to at least delay them. Zin has to hold the other angle here. But this is where it gets incredibly tricky. There is still some setups that is available for MongolZ on this retake of the spike. Smoke for Jet to play around it. Nade's being thrown out already. Zin converts the 1 kill, but it takes some time. So Jet has to play through. Goes around. Zin is making it so that he plays for as long as he possibly can so that it delays, so that Jet can play alongside him.
Last player standing.
Reposition. Gets caught. Does not know where Jet's repositioned with that shrouded step. And it allows ZOL to get the round in.
Jet is so smart. And also Zin, the way that he's able to spray down rafters and just not get punished at all after that, it's just so good. He is able to survive with just a sliver of his health, still have value to wrap around pillar, and therefore, you know, Cons is forced to look in different directions. Paranoia play from Jet to confuse into the shrouded step, And that's why Cons is always looking in the same direction. So ZOL Esports, their individual players are all coming together.
True. It's not as, I think, clean as what we kind of expect from ZOL,
Yeah.
right? Which is, this team has some pretty sick set plays, but sometimes you just got to get down and dirty in the mud.
Yep.
Just try to, you know, outmaneuver, outplay your opponent. And you're absolutely right.
your train.
Individualistic plays right now are, I think, what's keeping ZOL afloat. Aside from, you know, just the initial setups,
Yep.
it's pretty good. But these follow-throughs are definitely what's keeping them at bay.
If they get a kill onto M and Fear, this would be very important. Would open up, and only screens might be the problem. Oh,
Dropped.
Ooh, Patman somehow manages to sneak his way through spawn, get the kill on the guy playing there. Now it's Size Blue just alone by himself. Oh, the flash though, not hitting anything. That could be false sense of security here. They don't know Sky's what's the back of the site, and he converts 2 kills already. 3 for the get-go.
Leave the spike.
30
KevZ.
seconds left.
Ooh, boy. Ooh, this is bad. This is bad.
yeah, yeah.
That flash missing definitely gave wrong information for ZOL here. KevZ's got to go big. 2 versus 1 right now.
What?
Playing around the corner. They're looking.
One enemy remaining.
Weird
3
spot.
out of 5.
Slaps one more
Where is
down.
everyone hiding? My ultimate is ready.
Now he's getting the information. Now he knows. Doesn't get sucked by the gravity well. Place around and KevZ just
I've always
the ice cold killer.
Last
He even
round
just-
in the half.
He's like, give me some, man. Give me some love. Jen was just raising his hand for a solid 5 seconds. I got a feel for that, but he got this clap in the end. And this round absolutely slapped for him.
Yeah, they're feeling it. They're feeling it, Asteroid. ZOL Esports, you got moments from Jet from earlier, and then now from KevZ, a 4K, having to wrap around elbow constantly and using the ult and hiding himself until information was given. These players are playing out of their minds right now.
I gotta take a breath.
Yeah, we all gotta. Whew.
That was clean though. It's not those highlights that just go, you know, kind of bonkers or explode.
Yeah.
But it's one of those that when you just see it happen bit by bit and it all comes together, you're like, damn, that was sick. All right. Back to reality. 8-3. MongolZ looking to at least get 1 more round in before we end into this first half. Patman, he's got the special delivery. Not Kiki's special delivery, but he's got the Ray special delivery. Here we go. Got the showstopper in hand. Unleashes, not gonna get the kill. Right in front of them. Sky's Blue does get the refrag immediately as the annihilation. Oh boy. He just slides out of range. I think it was just barely caught, barely snagged. Should have been a fish on a hook.
Yeah.
A 3-8 though, as the spike is planted.
Okay, 119. Wait, they're going in fast right now.
Yeah, right above him as well. Man, this ultimate really needs to get controlled. Just way too heated. Now it's Jed's KevZ. Nice use on the Razor Vine there. Stops anybody from actually pushing through. KevZ just tries to light it up.
I hate
He, alongside Jed, just works the angle so well. And my God, they're celebrating. It looks like Jed's about to punch him, but no, they're just like, you know, lovingly tapping it back here on Split when ZOL needed the most. But can't really sit in their laurels, can they? As MongolZ, you know how well this team can play from a deficit. They can definitely bring in the pain. Sending it already here. KevZ's alone by himself. Took some very nasty damage against Sky is Blue, but can reconnect with his team. Maybe he can get some good pickups. Sky is Blue's down to like 5. And 119 is already down, well, dead. It's a 4 versus 5 as the round continues.
It's so, they're just rotating so fast. And I feel like KevZ might receive some, okay, no heals from the Sky, but they're gonna get the plant down either way.
It's all about that retake now.
Spike
for them.
planted.
Numbers at least slightly favoring, but of course you don't really know. Buddy system isn't worked for MongolZ here as they are playing on that 2-2 split. The camera, though, from KevZ does spot it out, so they know that the A main is compromised. Good wall, or good smoke here from Jet, so that it isolates the two of them. They're going to have to push through this,
remaining.
and they're coming into this one blind. Cons as well, they know exactly where he is, so that Defuse pushes it through. He has no choice but to just fight it, and the smoke dissipates, and he drops.
What? That was a solid retake from ZOL Esports. And you're right. I feel like that camera from KevZ and also him not dying and remaining alive is what really truly helped give information on how ZOL Esports was going to go about that retake. They really smoked that one out. They really waited. They just baited a lot of these aggressive movements from the Mongols because they have no idea what's going on. The entire side is clear. So here we go. ZOL Esports potential to do an 11-3. But I can't count out the Mongols just yet. They're really mean with these sheriff shots most of the time.
Oh yeah, they got themselves some pretty nasty highlights that we saw from last map already. Oh!
Wait, no!
It's a mistake. Oh god, he made a huge mistake, but somehow KevZ helps it out with the mid pinch. Kakarot now backing away. Numbers equalized, but the problem is they lost control on Heaven here. I wonder if they can at least pick up some of these weapons so that they can upgrade, well, firepower, which they do somewhat in the hands of Sky is Blue. And the rotate seems to go the way of that A site. You do see that Kakarot's already used the Trailblazer just to scan what was happening on mid and male. Now that he knows that there's nothing there anymore, they're gonna have to start working their way here through spawn, which is kind of difficult because of how fast Sky is Blue is. You just don't know where he can position himself around the corner, around this corner, but they're getting close and they could actually get him. 1-1 though, not yet done. Patman, okay, he's just challenging. He doesn't even care about the Razor fight. He's just gonna go full send it. 1 versus 1 here though, and MN Fear, what a shot against Kakarot. That's the greatest, one of the greatest rounds we've seen in the series so far. Just the tenacity of Mongols, and we do see it once again.
And it's just one of those things where Mongols, if they see an opportunity, like a little bit of these issues or a little bit of the holes in the strategy or an execution, they'll definitely take advantage of that. That barrier mesh in mid really hurt ZOL Esports. You'd think they wouldn't push through. You'd hear them, you know, destroy that down. Nope. Swoop right in. And GravNet wasn't even there to save Zind.
Now, tables have been turned as ZOL weaker on the weapons now, just on the pistols.
Here.
Having to play the slower game here. They have to be aware as well that Nexi has a bunch of his stars spread out in some strategic locations. You do see the spike actually dropped on spawn here, so there's no real commitment yet to where Mongols do want to play. But we'll just have to see how that kind of goes. Great shot out to Patman here, though. He actually scans and finds, well, Vice. Also picks up the weapon, so he upgrades. And this burns a bit of precious time for Mongols, but that might mean that they actually go for the push onto B main.
Yeah, so much value. You get an orb, you get a kill, another orb. You know, you're one off into Showstopper and taking it to the next round, or maybe even this round to secure this point for them.
I think he's getting spotted. Yeah, Jet not long for this world, gets immediately picked off.
Whoa!
Sky is Blue. Yep, just having to make it. Just having to make do as his teammate actually gets almost caught out. Patman around the corner here.
Oh my god.
And then in Fear, not wasting any time, catches him on the rotation. That's just going to be another round for Mongols.
For amateurs.
They're really scary once they get into the site. Once they get that hold. I mean, to be fair, ZOL Esports, that was an eco for them. Now they are on these powerful buys. Showstopper on the side of Patman. I think he has, he's definitely online. KevZ as well. And Sky's Blue is really scary once the overdrive has been activated. And I feel like this might be the round where he can go crazy again.
Yeah, when you play too close to someone that plays the Neon, you know you're in trouble when, again, all of these options are available for you. Padman's just going to go for a little bit of a peek. I think he spotted them on the minimap as well. Immediately backs away.
There.
Oh. Okay, so he's waiting for someone to actually push aggressive into
them
rounds. Has the nade set up. And if they overcommit, a showstopper isn't far behind. So I do like the idea right now for ZOL, especially when Zin here is fending off any attackers, at least on that male. But his wall's about to break in a couple of seconds as well, so he's got to be careful.
Good flash as well, able to identify that they were still there. There was presence there. But meanwhile, M and Fear can choose to go to vents through this path, and might be a flood. Actually, no. Just as you said, it's going to be expiring soon, and that's the reason why Zin is in this off angle.
Oh, could not get the pick right there. This could be bad for them as Jett was just still setting up a smoke. A little bit too late on the reaction time.
30 seconds
And this
left.
just blows up in their face. MongolZ, great timing on the
Spike
pushes.
planted.
Sky is Blue's really honing in on his role as the Neon.
Drones are live.
And as two players of ZOL drop down, MongolZ rise up once again. Truly a moment right now for MongolZ. 5 rounds deficit. Feels like they can make it in time and push ZOL back to the back burner once again.
Yeah. That might be a similar story from what happened in Haven, where ZOL Esports so close to taking a 2-0 victory, had a big lead, but then MongolZ decided, nope, we're going to win pistol, we're going to keep winning, we're going to take this back. But we'll find out. It's a save from ZOL Esports, and I feel like mid might be a weak point, and I feel like MongolZ have identified
Charge and
this.
shoot.
They go
Easy
through
enough.
mid to tower and then waterfall from there. Maybe the barrier mesh is not enough. Maybe the grab net's not enough. But ZOL Esports really need to remedy that before anything else.
It's the same issue that you'd have when you play a Sage as your other Sentinel, right? It's you think that they're able to hold an angle well, and sort of does, I guess, but it's the problem with all wall abilities is that if it's used too early, it's not as impactful. It's not as impactful if you use it too early because it breaks too early as well, right? And the big difference between, I'd say, the Sage and the Deadlock is that at least Sage is a sure slow in a good radius, whereas you have to trigger the sound sensors, and they might trigger only on one, but then the other guy comes in, not affected by the daze or the slow or whatever that whatever debuff it gives, and then you just get knocked out because, you know, they're just better and they can position better, they can react faster. So right now, I think there has to be some form of support for Zin. He can't be the only one holding an angle here, but I don't know. Maybe they have to just mix up where to position him, or ZOL have just to reset whatever they were trying to do. I don't know. It just feels like there's a bit of a puzzle that needs to be answered here.
Maybe you're right. Look at them. They decided to double up on mid. Maybe that might be the solution. But they're actually pushing. 4 of them.
Yeah. I like this. Take a page out of the book of MongolZ, right? Get a catch if they can. Separate push, though. 2 on B main. Coming out market here. And 1 holding the angle right now.
Uh-oh.
119. Oh, no. He does get the kill, though. Tries to back away. Zin does get the trade, but that's the call already for MongolZ. Push up. We got this. We found him. Spray control from Sky is Blue takes a little bit of time, but Kakarot being stunned does not help his case.
Planted.
And this might be the round already gone. Yeah, they just have to play for the save. They're way too far, way too out of position, and just not looking too good for ZOL here.
The MongolZ's read has always been stellar. You've got 119 playing far back, just in case ZOL Esports decides to do a push on to mid. And then this gave the immediate signal from the rest of the Mongols to just, okay, everything's invested pretty much on the opposite side of the map. Let's just go in there. Simple math. And the biggest equation here is 119 playing far back similarly to what they did in Haven, and then Sky's Blue just basically executing like crazy. This could be a problem. ZOL Esports not able to shut them down, but at least they're able to save these weapons. I'm looking forward to seeing that showstopper. It hasn't been utilized as there was no opportunity to use it. Annihilation as well, so important to possibly, maybe not Sky's Blue, because Sky's Blue can just basically dodge that out. So we'll have to see how that works out.
Yeah, and I mean, when are you gonna get the opportunity to actually use these, right? When you're just getting pinched in such awkward places by the Mongols. So that being said here, ZOL Esports, they're kind of in a pickle. Again, another puzzle that they have to figure out here. Quick little slide in from the both of the duelists there. And the challenge right now for the Mongols actually backfires as ZOL Esports
down A.
now find where the pinch play is. Again, this is something that I saw in Haven, right? Sometimes you just have to play that chance game that they play where you play, and it works for ZOL.
Yeah, you pray that your stack actually is in the right spot at the same time as the Mongols. I think that's practically what happened. That's why it was just over to begin with. They're able to utilize that showstopper, so effective, and it's the buddy system that was able to be proven really strong for ZOL Esports. Now, you get to see the expressions of the Mongols here. Asarai, you know, hands on their heads, leaning, thinking. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, again, they have a very good amount of, how do you mention this, comeback, right, against ZOL right now. They've got what, that was 4-5 rounds straight in a row. That being said, though, it still was 10-7. ZOL winning that 11-7. There is still that long valley that they have to cross before they get 11-11 with ZOL. And that time, if they can make it, great. But there is still some opportunities for ZOL to make plays like this happen. And if it does, Mongols could still well be in trouble. And again, ZOL, they're a team that always has the capacity to figure things out as well. It might not be the quickest, might not be the fastest, but it might happen as well. So we'll have to see.
Wow, Nightfall immediately used, flushing out the rest of ZOL Esports out of there. So it's going to be a 5-man retake. This might be a bit of a difficult retake as there is Steel Garden on 116.
Sky's Blue is just lurking on mid right now.
Yeah.
Zid's holding the angle here. He actually sees where Sky's Blue is. Puts immediately the wall right in his face. Not so good with that one. Tries to break the wall if he can. I wonder if Zid's going to help push with the rest of the team here. Patman now going in for the pinch. There's the use on the Steel Guarded as pistols are used everywhere. This is horrible to be in this position. But well used, well timed. 119. An absolute menace. My God, that Steel Guarded is such a dampen on things. And great round for Mongols as they pick up another one.
Yeah, it's a wet blanket to the retake for sure. It was already falling apart after, you know, Patman has fallen in battle. But it was a trade immediately. ZOL Esports, they've been in this position before. This was the exact same setup on what happened in Haven. So ZOL needs to really get it together if they want to reach that match point and apply that pressure back to the Mongols. And that's how you started. Patman with a first blood onto Sky's Blue, one of the really problematic players for ZOL Esports.
That stops a bunch of the pressure points that Mongols can play into this. Now Mongols forced to kind of play out in the open here. Tripwire is the only thing separating two players. They're stuck. Now they're starting going for the push. Jeb making sure that they have control here on Garage. Oh, interesting. So the Hunter can spot anybody. The quick little charge. They make a bit of a mistake there, and there's some urgency for MongolZ to start really
Last
holding
player
in
standing.
and planning the spike down. But Khans is just trapped, rocking a hard place, and can't really do anything. And now MongolZ knocking on
Match
Heaven's
point.
door as they're about to get the W in this map and in this series.
ZOL Esports, I mean, we've seen them celebrating a lot of these rounds after their loss on Haven. It feels like they can feel it. But look at the MongolZ. They're deciding, do we get the operator or do we get the standard Vandal? The MongolZ are just trying to think. This is crucial. Sky is blue. What are they going to settle with?
On attacking side, though?
Yeah, Vandal
I mean,
it
that's
is.
crazy if they
Yeah.
go for an operator. I like the Moxie, though, but with how close contact this map is, I feel like that's a very brave option.
Yeah. Okay. They have Showstopper. They've got Cosmic Divide. If they get the plant down, it's almost guaranteed 9 to 12. All of the utilities invested onto A with a double sentinel setup, so they don't have to
Yeah.
worry about that. They gotta worry about Patman though. His shots have been so on fire, especially if you have the initiator alongside with him.
I think the setup on A actually has some weaknesses, potentially on A Heaven.
Yeah.
If they start dropping from window, those sound sensors might not be as effective as you kind of hope it to be. This guy's Blue does fight Patman, though. Very. Oh, Kakarot! He gets the double kill through the smoke. That's huge. Now he can take a step back. 3 versus 2. Has the Seekers right now. Utilizes it. Tries to scan where the 2 players are. They back away. No plan to be had. Dog does not get
30
the
seconds
stun
left.
there.
One enemy
They back
remaining.
away for the moment.
Last
The
player
challenge.
standing.
1 versus 1.
Spike down.
As
B.
both Kakarot and Nexi in the most crucialist of fights. Kakarot's done it already. He's gotten 2 kills right now. Nexi's got 15 seconds. He doesn't... I don't think he has time to actually wait for his smoke to come back
10
up.
seconds left.
So he just has to run into the site, plant the spike, and hope to dear God that he can maybe get it up there. Wait, no! He doesn't have time! No!
He has yet.
Absolutely not this
Defenders
way,
win.
MongolZ! He couldn't wait for the smoke! He had to go to the site! What?